Welcome to Building Wealth One House at a Time by John Schaub. We start with a simple yet profound thought from Robert Kiyosaki. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Notice how this sets the tone for everything we're about to explore. Wealth isn't about chasing quick wins, it's about patience, discipline, and smart, ethical investing. In this journey, you're going to see that real estate isn't just property, it's a tool for freedom. Every home you acquire can generate steady income and grow in value over time, compounding quietly in the background, much like a garden you nurture season after season. If you want a step-by-step guide to follow along, you can download the PDF linked below and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the deeper lessons we'll uncover. Now let's look at the big picture. The overview slide shows the structure of our path. We'll start with why single-family homes are such powerful wealth builders, then dive into 7 key lessons from John Schaub, followed by practical takeaways you can start today, and end with reflection and strategic next steps. Keep this roadmap in mind as we move through each idea. So, why focus on one house at a time? This slide highlights the fundamental principle: slow, deliberate acquisitions. Wealth isn't built by flipping dozens of properties overnight or gambling on high-risk deals. Each home you own generates rental income, appreciates with the market, and sets the foundation for financial freedom. Imagine starting with just $7,000. Over 30 years, that modest start could grow into more than $300,000 in value, plus rental cash flow. Lesson 1 is all about starting small and building momentum. Think about your first home as a learning laboratory. You'll understand tenant behavior, refine your management skills, and get a feel for the market. John Schaub's mantra is clear: buy one, rent one, then and only then look for the next deal. Start by assessing your finances. Do you have 6 months of expenses tucked away? Is your cash flow healthy enough to absorb a vacancy? Then pick your first property, even if it isn't perfect, and focus on positive cash flow rather than cosmetic appeal. After 6 months of learning and evaluation, you'll be ready to apply what you've learned to the next property. Every small win compounds not just your wealth, but your confidence. Lesson 2 emphasizes choosing the right property. Not all houses are equal. Single-family homes are ideal because they balance appreciation and rental income. Look for properties that attract tenants easily. Think safe neighborhoods, good schools, and basic features families want. John shares examples of 3-bedroom homes in stable areas that drew long-term tenants, minimizing vacancy and boosting returns. Walk the neighborhood, envision life there, and consider how tenants will experience it. The right property makes management simpler and life more balanced. Moving on to Lesson 3, deals and negotiation. Schaub's principle is timeless. You make your money when you buy. That's where the magic happens. Identify motivated sellers, foreclosures, tired landlords, or homeowners moving out of state. Approach with empathy and fairness. One story he shares involves a distressed property negotiated at 15% below market just by understanding the seller's needs. This wasn't about exploitation. It was about creating a mutually beneficial deal. Lesson 4 dives into financing wisely. Here, the 10-10-10 rule becomes your guide. 10% down, 10% interest, and 10% below market. This rule is about leveraging other people's money safely. One case study he gives involves seller financing on a $200,000 home at 8% interest with a 5% down payment. Immediate cash flow was positive, equity started building, and risk remained low. Compare banks, explore creative options like seller financing, and always keep your cash flow as a buffer. Lesson 5 is all about managing tenants and properties. Long-term tenants save money, reduce stress, and stabilize your investment. Screen rigorously. Check income, credit, and references. Offer incentives for timely payments, and maintain the property proactively. Communication matters. Treat tenants with respect, and you'll often stay longer than expected, saving you thousands in turnover costs. Lesson 6 emphasizes holding long-term and paying off debt. This is where patience compounds your gains. John calls it the free and clear plan. Acquire homes with positive cash flow, let rents rise, and pay off debt systematically. In one example, owning 3 properties, selling 2 to pay off the third, generated $5,000 per month free cash. Over time, these holdings can create predictable, life-changing income. Lesson 7. Knowing when to sell strategically. Even though holding long-term is essential, there are moments to let go. Market cycles, lease options, or 1031 exchanges can maximize gains while minimizing taxes. Schaub shares selling a matured property with a 25% premium while helping the buyer, showing that timing and detachment are just as important as acquisition. Now we arrive at actionable takeaways. Start small, apply the 10-10-10 rule consistently, screen tenants thoroughly, use rising rents to accelerate debt payoff, and diversify across multiple properties to weather market fluctuations. Each step reinforces the next, building compounding momentum in both knowledge and wealth. Here's a reflection point for you. What fears or assumptions are holding you back from your first property? How could starting small change your wealth trajectory over the next 5 years? Think about this for a moment, and if you have thoughts or experiences, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how you'd approach your first investment. Finally, let's wrap up. Incremental, disciplined steps in real estate create lasting wealth. One property at a time builds compounding returns, freedom, and financial confidence. To make these steps actionable, grab the PDF in the description, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss insights like these. Let's start building your first property today.